I got a question for both of y'all. After the Joker won the championship, he had something to say about comparing the NBA to a job. Mm-hmm. And he said, nobody likes their job. If they do, they lying. Mm-hmm. So how much do you guys view the NBA as a job? You can answer first, Draymond, because you the guest, baby.
I'll answer first. I might take PG answer a little bit, but I'll tell you, I hate it. I love playing basketball and I love to compete. But he's not lying. Mm-hmm. I hate it. And I don't want to sound like someone who takes it for granted, because as you can see every time I step on the floor, like I'm going, like I don't take it for granted at all. But like to Joker's point, it's work. Mm-hmm. Like, and you have to show up to work every day and perform despite what could be going on at work, what can be going on at home, what can be going on in the world. You have to show up and perform. Yeah. And it's work. Guess what? Just like people see you and acting and they're like, man, I want to be an actor because you're on TV. There's so much bullshit that comes with it.
Beyond.
Like, so much.
Beyond.
The politics of it.
Beyond.
It's awful. It's the same thing with us. It's so much bullshit that come with it and the politics. But I wouldn't trade my job for another job in the world. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm very appreciative of it. And I love that I get to do that job. Yeah. For a living. Like I've loved basketball since I was 2 years old. I actually get to do that for a living and feed my family. It's incredible. I don't take it for granted one bit. But the job I hate.
Right. Right.
I absolutely hate it.
I say the same thing. And you got to think about it. And I tell people this, like, not many fields you can do without loving. Like basketball, you have to love playing basketball every single day. Because otherwise you go on the court and your job is to be productive. Like your job is to produce. Like when you're on that floor, your job is to be efficient. No other field, like, well, there's other fields. Like, I'm not saying no other fields.
Right.
If you bring in acting, like, you have to love to act, or else that scene is going to be awful.
It's going to be awful. You can tell it all in your face.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, you have to love what you do. And you can get lost in the shit that lead up to it. The treatment. You might not love treatment. You might not be a treatment guy.
Right.
But you know that's part of
the process.
The process. Yeah. And so it could get lost into, damn, I don't even want to play basketball today because I got to do this. This is hurting me, so I got to do treatment. I got to lift after practice. Like, fuck. Now, like, it's a job. I got to go on a 2-week trip. Like, we got to try. Like, it's a lot that goes into it. But I do think, like, what Draymond said, when it comes to being inside of that rectangle, you love it. It's what you do. It's the reason you do it. It's because you love what you do.
You gotta love what you do.
Everything outside of that shit, it is a job. You putting on a hard hat and you clocking in and you gotta clock out. Yep. Like,
hey, get ready over there, Rook.
I always
get ready,
people,
baby.
I always tell people, like, when people, like, you know how you get random guys that's like, oh man, I'm better than him. I could play in the NBA.
Right.
And I always tell people two things. Number one is you couldn't handle the stress of just knowing that you woke up this morning at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. and you got a game at 7 p.m. You couldn't handle the stress of an NBA game day. Everything that you do from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. has to be conducive to being your best at 7 o'clock. From 8 a.m. on.
Exactly.
Everything you do. You know how stressful that is?
Right.
Beyond.
Stressful as hell.
Right.
Beyond.
Like, and so I tell people that, like, you couldn't deal with the stress. Oh, and by the way, you're talking about I could play in the NBA, whatever, that's easy. You're right. The game is the easy part. Like when we actually get out there at 7 o'clock and play the game, yeah, I'm in heaven now. Like this is what
finally.
I do love to do this.
Right.
Like competing, playing basketball. Oh, bet your bottom dollar. I absolutely love this.
Right.
That's the easy part.
Right.
But making it there. And I ain't just talking about the game day no more. There's so many things and steps that you have to do to make it to that game, including live right.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Like, so to make it there, it's nearly impossible. Like you think about the amount of times people go through a day and they fuck something up.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't make it to the game.
Right.
Like actually making it there.
Right.
And so
It's a different
I always
level of
tell
discipline.
people that.
I dig it.
But I do, and another tidbit for you, Jaime. I think what made it easier for me is getting into a routine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, because then, like, I'm a person that does well with knowing what I have to do. Everything mapped out. I don't like a chaotic schedule where this is being thrown on me now and this is being thrown on me now. So what I got good at is just having a routine. I know at this time I'm doing this. I know at that time I'm getting stretched. I know at this time I'm getting shots. Like, and everything, I try to stick to that shit on a daily basis. And that's what make the whole shit easy, because you get lost in it.
The NBA is a hell of a job. That's why I just played on 2K, the story mode. Look, the NBA season is done, but that doesn't mean Prize Picks is. Guess what sport I'm making money on now? Baseball, baby. Look, I'm up big thanks to Mookie Betts and Mike Trout, who are helping me cash in this season. But I gotta let people know what Prize Picks is. I got to do that. Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app. You pick 2 to 6 players like the video on your screen, then pick if they will have more or less than their Prize Picks projections. You aren't competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections available. Look, I know how much I won, but let me tell the people how much they can win. Look, you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. And on top of that, all first-time users that deposit and use our promo code PodcastP will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. That means if you deposit $20, Prize Picks will give you $20. If you deposit $100, Prize Picks will give you $100. And like I always say, Dallas, what we say? Dallas, he ain't here. Cha-ching!